Good evening, dear students. Good evening, YouTube students. In a couple of minutes, we are going to start to solve a model question paper, Biology PU2. Stay tuned in. Okay. In the last session, we completed with multiple choice questions as well as fill in the blank questions of model question paper released by PU board. So today we are going to discuss 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks and 5 marks questions. Okay, fine. So as I said in the last session, please be interactive. Please refer your notes, textbooks to answer the question. So if the session is interactive, it will go smooth. It should not become that as if I am reading the question, I am only answering the question. Okay. Just a minute. We'll wait for 1 minute for YouTube students to enter in. Then I will start the session. Okay. So today we are discussing part B question, 2 marks question. The first question goes like this. List any 4 complications a person suffers from untreated sexually transmitted infections. Yes, who is going to answer this? Generally, you should write the symptoms. Yes, Sita GD answered examples for STDs. Okay. But the question here is you have to tell 4 symptoms, complications a person suffers from untreated sexually transmitted infections they are asking, right? Fine. Now I got my uniform. Okay, thank you. Fine. I think just a minute. Yeah. So here 4 complications anta andre we have to mention here the symptoms. Which are the 4 symptoms the person suffers from untreated sexually transmitted diseases? So the symptoms in males will be different, the symptoms in females will be different. And it may lead to some STDs, that is sexually transmitted diseases. It may lead to what? death, right? So like AIDS. Yeah, I got itching. Okay. Sita GD answered it. Fine. Itching, vaginal discharge. In the males, there will be a discharge from the penis. So these all are the common symptoms. So here are the symptoms like discomfort or pain during sex or urination, blisters or pimples or rashes around the penis or around the vagina in the females. Depending on the sexually transmitted disease, specific symptoms may differ. So in gonorrhea, the symptoms will differ. In syphilis, the symptoms will be differing, right? So in the AIDS, the symptoms are different. Like this, depending on the STD, the specific symptoms may differ. So in the this one, female, vaginal tingling, rashing, surprising release, yellow color discharge, white color, continuous white color discharge from the vagina. So these all are the complications which are faced by the male and the female if the sexually transmitted diseases are left untreated. Okay, so let us proceed to the next question. It is a kind of applied question. State the two medical grounds on which a pregnancy can be terminated according to the amended Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 2017. So, ಈ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 2017 ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ before 3 months abortion can be done anta, you can terminate the pregnancy anta. So you have to tell two medical grounds, ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅವರು ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. State the two medical grounds on which a pregnancy can be terminated according to the amended Medical Termination of Pregnancy. Yes, anyone? Vinushri, Divya, Sita, GD, Priyanka, BK. So anyone can answer this. The chat, you can answer through the chat box. YouTube students, you can answer through the comment box. Yeah, be fast. Very important questions. Don't neglect model question paper. So according to this act, what happens is a pregnancy may be terminated 12 weeks ಅಂದ್ರೆ 3 weeks ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, but fever than 24 weeks ಅಂದ್ರೆ okay. ಸೊ ಫೀವರ್ ದೆನ್ 24 weeks ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 24 weeks ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು 6 monthsಗೆ ಅಬೋರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅಬೋರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಷನರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಷನರ್ಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಆಫ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಫೇತ್ ದಟ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್. 2 ಕಾರಣಗಳು ಇರಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು, the continuation of pregnancy would involve a risk to the life of the pregnant woman. ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿಯನ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮದರಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಒಂದು ಮಹಿಳೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಿದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದ 24 weeks. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಟು ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಿಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ 2 ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ 2 ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಅಲೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಅಬಾರ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ 5th month. ಆದ್ರೂ 2 ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಜೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. 23rd question goes like this. Give the phenotypes of parental Drosophila that has produced 1.3% and 37.2% recombinants respectively in the T.H. Morgan dihybrid cross experiment. Yes, who is going to answer this? Direct question ಇದೆ. T.H. Morgan experiment ಅನ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. You can refer the textbook notes only while solving model question paper, not your actual question paper in the examination hall. Yeah, give the phenotypes. Phenotypes ಯಾವ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು TH Morgan experiment ಮಾಡುವಾಗ he considered Drosophila, right? Male and female Drosophila. ಆ ಮೇಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಡ್ರೋಸೋಫಿಲಾ ಫಿನೋಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. Yes? Who is going to answer this? YouTube students? Yeah? So, illi, when T.H. Morgan did his experiment, he considered two characters. One is eye color. The next one is wing, size of the wings. Okay? I'm not asking the ratio here. Question anna understand ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Give the phenotypes ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Phenotypic ratio ಕೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. Phenotypes, physically character ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಮೇಲ್ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿತ್ತು, ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಹೊಂದಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ. Understand the question properly. Give the phenotypes of the parental Drosophila. So, in T.H. Morgan experiment, he considered two characters. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ dihybrid cross experiment ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. So, in the dihybrid cross experiment, he considered one is eye color, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು the size of the wing, small winged ಅಂತ, red-eyed color, white-eyed color, like this. So, give the phenotypes of the parental Drosophila. ಏನಿತ್ತು T.H. Morgan experiment ಅಲ್ಲಿ? Be fast. Yes, YouTube students? Bega. Don't take much time. Refer the textbook, refer the notes. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗಲೇ ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೆಯೋರು ನೀವು? Yes, YouTube students? The question is in the comment box. You can answer this. Very good. Sita GD answered it. So, one parent was red-eyed normal winged parent. The other parent was white-eyed miniature wing. Andre very small wings anta. Alright? So, that is the thing. One is red-eyed normal wing. The other is white-eyed miniature wing. 24th question. Differentiate between divergent and convergent evolution. This we discussed in our revision class. Who attended the revision class regularly, they will be knowing this. Differentiate between divergent evolution and convergent evolution. It is from the chapter evolution. Differentiate, as I said you earlier, differentiate andaga don't forget to put columns. So how do you differ divergent evolution from convergent evolution? Yes, my dear YouTube students? Fine. Let us not waste the time because we should complete it. Sita GD, can you read it please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Convergent evolution, it takes place due to variation in environmental circumstances. Divergent evolution, it takes place due to environmental changes and migration. The species' outer composition would appear different, however, within they bear of resemblance to their ancestors. Wings of birds and bats are example of convergent evolution. The outward as well as internal appearance of the species may vary. One of the common example of divergent evolution is Darwin's finches.
Okay. So this is about convergent and divergent evolution. Model question paper alli 2 marks question alli ಎರಡನೇ question ಇದು. convergent and divergent evolution. So 2 marks ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ at least two difference ನನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೇಕು. If you have 3 or 4 difference, well and good, you write. If differences ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ರೆ, try to write at least 2 differences, that is convergent and divergent evolution. Very, very important question. Model question paper ಯಾಕೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದರ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಬರ್ತಾವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇವೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 25th question, again most important question. This also we discussed in our revision class. List any two differences between active and passive immunity. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? What do you mean by active and passive immunity? What is the difference between active and passive immunity? We have variety of, we have number of differences. Active ಮತ್ತೆ passive immunity ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ differences ಇದೆ. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಎರಡನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿ. Who wants to share the answer? Yes, YouTube students?
I will.
Yeah, sure.
Active immunity, it provides lifelong immunity. Passive immunity, it provides temporary immunity.
Yeah, good.
The antibodies are produced harmless. The antibodies are produces harmful.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Sita. So she answered 2 points. She said the definitions, then she said regarding the antibodies. Any other answers? Priyanka is here, Divya is here, Prithvi and Vinushri. List any two differences between active and passive immunity.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
There is no side effects. There is
yeah, 1 minute. In which there will be no side effects?
Active immunity, ma'am.
Okay.
There could be side effects
in passive immunity.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Acquired due to encounter with an antigen or pathogen. Acquired directly by obtaining antibodies.
Okay, passive. Fine. Good. Good. Divya also tried it. So we got 4 differences. 2 differences from Sita and 2 differences from Divya. Any other differences? Fine. So let us discuss. See, active immunity is usually permanent. It is produced by the antibodies of the host in response to direct contact with an antigen. Passive immunity lasts only for few weeks. It is produced by introduction of antibodies from the outside the host. This is the point which is said recently, just now by Divya. Next, second point. It produces an immunological memory. It works according to the memory stored in them. Idan yaru helilla neevu. It does not produce immunological memory. Illi memory anta irodilla. It is not developed any memory against diseases. Next, there are no side effects of active immunity. There are no side effects of passive immunity. This is also said by a student. Next, this immunity does not occur immediately. The immunity occurs immediately. So, idanna helidu Sita, right? So, we have 4 differences, 4 main differences between active and passive immunity. Very, very, very important question. Imp question it is. Okay. So, let us proceed to the next question. What are primary lymphoid organs? Give 2 examples. Yes. Yes, my dear students. What are primary lymphoid organs? Primary lymphoid organs andre enu? Idakke 1 mark irutte. Give 2 examples anta helidare. Ondondu example igu arಧ mark irutte. Yes. Be fast. Try it. Refer your notes, textbooks. And as I said, 7 questions will be there. 2 marks idu 7 questions ಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ you have to answer 5 questions. And sometimes I saw the paper, answer sheets ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. 7 questions ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. If you have a lot of time, attempt all the question. ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ 4 ಮತ್ತೆ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಗೊತ್ತು, ನನಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಮೈ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ 5 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ 6th and 7th question. Fine. Yeah, Sita answered as these organs include bone marrow and thymus. So bone marrow ಮತ್ತೆ thymus ಅನ್ನೋದು examples ಆಯ್ತು. Okay. Okay, you got 1 mark now. But the first question is, what are primary lymphoid organs? So lymphoid organs ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 types ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು secondary lymphoid organ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು primary lymphoid organ ಅಂತ. Primary lymphoid organ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, where lymphocytes differentiate and mature to become antigen sensitive. ಇಲ್ಲಿ lymphocytes ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, okay, the component of this one lymphoid organs, the lymphocytes, okay. So the lymphocytes ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ lymphoid organs ಅಲ್ಲಿ they will differentiate and mature to become antigen sensitive. As we know that lymphocytes are involved in immune system ಅಲ್ಲಿ involve ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಆಂಟಿಜನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಲಿಂಫಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬೋನ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಥೈಮಸ್, BT. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ PBT. P means primary lymphoid organ, B means bone marrow, T means thymus, PBT. Okay, so when we come across this secondary lymphoid organs anta bandre, these are also these are the sites where lymphocytes ಮತ್ತೆ antigen site ಗೆ interaction ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. That is called as secondary lymphoid organs. ಹೌದಾ? This is about primary and secondary lymphoid organs. So let us proceed to the next question. Okay, 27th question goes like this. Baculoviruses are excellent biocontrol agents in integrated pest management. Comment on this. Baculoviruses ಅಂತ ಇವೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, these are used as biocontrol agents in pest management. What are pests? These are the organisms which cause damage to the crops. ಆ organisms ಗೆ pest ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಪೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಯುಲೋವೈರಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as biocontrol? As we are using living organism to control the pests. Okay, so baculoviruses. Comment on this anta helidare. What will you comment? So here you don't have emojis like this, smiling, crying and all. Comment anta andre you should comment in the form of your answer. Okay, Sita answered as pathogens that attack insects and other arthropods. Here they are not asking what do you mean by pest or something. ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಯುಲೋವೈರಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ವೈ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಯುಲೋವೈರಸಸ್? ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಎಸ್, ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್. ವಿನುಶ್ರೀ, ಪೃಥ್ವಿ, ದಿವ್ಯಾ, ಸೀತಾ and Priyanka, what is your answer on this? Yeah. Okay. Divya, can you read it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Bacillus are biological controlling agents and are excellent source for
Insecticidal applications.
Insecticidal applications. They have no negative effect on plants. They alert the physiochemical nature. Due to this reason, they are excellent candidates for integrated pest management.
Thank you so much. So baculoviruses, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, I wrote point wise. Like this you have to write. ಹೌದಾ? Baculoviruses are biological controlling agent, excellent source of insecticides ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Why we will use? Because they have no negative effect on plants. After killing the pest, ಅವು ಏನು plants ಗೆ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. They have no negative effect on plants. Next, they alter physicochemical nature. ಆ ಒಂದು ಪೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ ದ ಫಿಸಿಕೋ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ರೀಸನ್ they are excellent candidates, or we can say they are excellent pest organisms used for integrated pest management. ಸೊ 4 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 3 to 4 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ. ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 2 to 3 ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್. ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆದು ಅದರ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನ ತೆಗೀರಿ, ಅದರ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀರಿ. ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಡಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕನ್ಸೈಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು? 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕೊಡೋ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು? ಸೊ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆರ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ರೂಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತದು, ದ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್, ಹೂ ಕಾಯಿಂಡ್ ಇಟ್, ಯಾವಾದ್ರೂ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆದ, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆನಾ, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ರೂಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್. Okay, 28th question goes like this. Ecological pyramids have limitations. Justify the statement with 2 reasons. I hope you remember this question. This question is recently discussed during the revision of, I think, ecosystem chapter. Day before yesterday, no, ecosystem chapter revision ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ. So ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇತ್ತು. Ecological pyramids have limitations. Justify the statement with 2 reasons. ಸೊ ವೈಲ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್. ಸೊ ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಅವರು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, 2 ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ, 3 ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ, 1 ರೀಸನ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವೆನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈ, ನೋ, ರೈಟ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ 4 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, 3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ 6 to 7 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ 8 to 10 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, or 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ 8 to 10 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈ ದ ನಂಬರ್, maximum 2 ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, 2 examples, 2 reasons, 2 comments, like this. So 2 reasons ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ you have to write 2 reasons. ಒಂದೇ ರೀಸನ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. Okay, read the question properly, patiently and calmly during question paper. Okay, so yeah, now who is going to answer this? Ecological pyramids have limitations. Justify the statements with 2 reasons. Yeah. Try it. Okay, I got the answer from Sita. The decomposers, which are a major part of the food chain, are not given any place in any trophic level. Very good. So this is the first point. Here, the decomposers are not given any place or any, what we can say, position in the trophic levels. Okay, this is the first one. Next, the organisms from the same species may be present in one or more trophic level, but are considered in the same level. The organisms from the same species, like when you consider the grasshopper, rat, mouse, so these are present in the first, second or third trophic level. 2 ಅಥವಾ 3 trophic level ಇರಬಹುದು. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ನಾವು we will consider it as a same level, which is not scientific. So these are the 2 limitations of ecological pyramids. Fine. Priyanka, can you read it? Priyanka?
The decomposers, which are a major part of the food chain, are not given any place in any trophic level. The organism from the species may be present in one or more trophic level, but are considered in the same level.
Thank you. So this is regarding the ecological pyramids. Now we are discussing part C. Part A alli FIB, that is fill in the blanks, and multiple choice questions ana discuss madidvi. Part B we discussed 2 marks question. Part C we are going to discuss 3 marks question. So 5 questions, answer any 5 anta ide. So totally I think you will be having 7 questions. From 7 question you have to answer any 5. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಬರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಬರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಅಪ್ ದ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸೂನ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಫಿನಿಶ್ ದ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸೂನ್, ಹೋಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸೂನ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್, that time you write extra, because for 3 marks you have to write at least 40 to 80 words, or when we consider point wise you have to write at least 6 to 7 points. So it takes time. Fine. That is why don't attend extra suddenly for this kind of questions, extra questions. So 29th questions goes like this. Why is bagging of emasculated flowers essential during hybridization experiments? Mention the cells of mature pollen grain. Give the scientific name of the plant that has the viability record of 10,000 years. So A, B, C are asked, 1 mark for each question. A question. Why is bagging of emasculated flowers essential during hybridization experiment? Very easy question. Yes, emasculated flowers ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು? Be fast. You can say through the mic or through the chat box, however you are comfortable with. Priyanka answered as to prevent contamination. Okay. Sita answered as to control the pollination. So we will merge both the answers. Priyanka also answered partially. Sita also answered partially. We will merge both the answers to prevent the contamination of the pollination by other pollen grains of the same species. We have to bag the emasculated flower. Contamination by pollen grains of the same species. B. Mention the cells of mature pollen grain. Mature pollen grain alli we will be having 2 cells. Mention the cells. Mention anta andaga just you have to mention. Baribeku ashte. Adanna explain ಮಾಡಬಾರದು. Yes, anyone? Very easy question. Mention the cells of mature pollen grain. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ they may ask mention the cells of female gametophyte ಅಂತಾನು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಹೌದಾ? ಎಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. So I got answer from Priyanka. Okay, very good. Quick response from Priyanka BK. The mention the cells of mature pollen grain. The first one is vegetative cell. The next one is generative cell. VG. Remember it as VG. VG means what? V for vegetative cell, G for generative cell, right? Fine. So vegetative cell will be bigger. So it will be having the nucleus and it will be having stored food material. Generative cell will be very small, which will differentiate into 2 male nuclei. Generative cell differentiate ಆಗತ್ತೆ. Vegetative cell ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So vegetative cell and generative cell are the cells of mature pollen grain. Good. C. Give the scientific name of the plant that has the viability of 10,000 years. Which plant has the viability? Andre 10,000 years ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ it produced flowers, it produced fruits. So ಯಾವುದದು? Very easy question. Direct question ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ preparatory ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So you can observe this question in many district preparatories also. In your college question paper, this question will be asked. In CET question paper, while during the CET sessions, we discussed this question. Arctic tundra, it is a place where you can find. Arctic tundra, it is a, what we can say, the region where you find this plant. They are asking the plant name of the plant. It starts with, let me give you a hint. It starts with letter L. It starts with letter L. Yes, Venushri, Divya, Sita, Priyanka. Who is going to answer this? Yes, YouTube students. Please do respond in the comment box. Very good. Priyanka and Sita GD answered quickly and simultaneously. Lupinus arcticus. Okay, so that is a plant which has a viability of 10,000 years. Lupinus arcticus. Do remember, while writing the scientific name, first letter should be capital. Genus name first letter should be capital, and there should be gap between generic name and species name, and the species name alphabet should be small. Underline the scientific name. If suppose ಐ ಫೌಂಡ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಶೀಟ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ನೇಮ್ ನ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಬರೆಯೋ ತರ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟರ್, I will not give any marks for it. Okay. 30th question. Explain changes that occur in ovary and the uterus during luteal phase of menstrual cycle. Yes, my dear students. 30th question. Explain the changes occur. Luteal phase ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Luteal phase ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. Menstruation cycle ಅಲ್ಲಿ luteal phase ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. Luteal phase ಅಲ್ಲಿ what changes will occur in ovary and uterus? Yes. Attempt it, try it. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿರತ್ತೆ. As I am suggesting, solve maximum number of question papers from now. Don't keep on don't focus much on completing the syllabus. ಈ syllabus complete ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪಾಠ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ. No. Start solving model question papers, previous year question paper. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗದೆ ಹೋದ್ರು ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್. ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ ನೋಡದೆ ಬರೀರಿ. ಐ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಯು. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು ಅಲಾಟ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೋತೀರ, ಬೈಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ, ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೋತೀರ. ಓಕೆ. 30th question. Explain the changes that occur in ovary and uterus during luteal phase of menstrual cycle. Bega. The ruptured part of Graafian follicle transforms into yellow body called corpus luteum, which secrete large amount of progesterone. Good. Priyanka answered it. See, instead of, I appreciate the answer. Instead of typing this much sentences, tumba problem ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, do respond through the mic. It will be okay if you respond through the mic. Okay. It is exactly right, Priyanka. So in the luteal phase, what happens? The corpus luteum forms on the ovary and secretes many hormones. Most significantly, progesterone anna secrete ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. What this progesterone will do? The progesterone will make endometrium thick. Endometrium of the uterus ready for the implantation. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ thick ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಆ layer ಅನ್ನ. If implantation does not occur, the corpus luteum will be degenerated or degraded, resulting in menstruation. If implantation occurs, then the pregnancy will continue. So like this, you have to write the answer. 31st question. Draw a diagrammatic sketch of lac operon when lactose is present in the medium. Very easy question. ಹೌದಾ? ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಒಪೆರಾನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಸ್ಕೆಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಒಪೆರಾನ್ ವೆನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೋಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆನ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ. ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಒಪೆರಾನ್, ಅಬ್ಬಾ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೋಲ್ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಡ್ರಾ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ. ಮುಂದೆ 4 ಮತ್ತೆ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಿರತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿರತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಓದಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರೀರಿ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೋಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕೇ ಹೊರತು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಹೋಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಒಪೆರಾನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್. ಹಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ, ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಬೇಕು. ಹೌದಾ? ದಿಸ್ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡ್ರಾ. ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ಮಿನಿಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ. So usually lac operon, when you hear the term lac operon, you start drawing the whole thing. In absence of inducer, in presence of inducer, beta. They asked when lactose is present in the medium. Only draw that. You will be perfect, right? So see here how they have labeled the things, how they have drew the diagram. Like this, in presence of inducer, repressor mRNA, lac mRNA, transcription ಆಗತ್ತೆ. beta galactosidase, permease, transacetylase, translation enzymes, repressor protein ಬರುತ್ತೆ. inducer will bind to repressor, inactive repressor, right? So like this, you have to label the things. Okay, don't forget to label. ಒಂದು label ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, okay, you will not get any marks. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, while drawing any diagram, suppose if you got the diagram of draw the diagram of a sperm, okay, schematic represent sperm or a lac operon concept, ಎಲ್ಲ diagram ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ try to write this. The above diagram represents. The above diagram represents. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ನೀವು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು. The above diagram represents ಅಂತ. The above diagram represents what? ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು diagram ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ. Let us take the section TS of ovary. ಹೌದಾ? TS of ovary, transverse section of ovary. Or if they gave this lac operon only, the above diagram represents the lac operon concept in presence of the lactose medium. So above diagram represents the ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. It shows your representation skills, which also benefits your marks. Fine. Okay. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಈಗಲೇ PUCಗೆ ಅಂತೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. If you are preparing for what we can call competitive exam in your future, it will help you. 32nd question goes like this. With respect to the evolution of a man. So evolution of man ಅನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ತುಂಬಾ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಮುಗಿಯತ್ತೆ ಈ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. With respect to the evolution of a man, and mark it as important, my dear girls and boys. Right? ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷ. See here. They have given period, places of origin, type of man. 3 columns are there. So you have to fill it. ಏನೇನ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಒನ್. See, 2 million years ago, the man named as Australopithecines were there. Places of origin. ಅವರು ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. A. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. B. ಯಾವುದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಜಾವಾ. ಸಿ. ಆ ಯಾವ ಮ್ಯಾನು ಜಾವಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೇ 2 ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೆಸರು, ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ದೇ ವೆರ್ ದೇರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ period they have given 1 lakh to 40,000 years ago. Places of origin you have to tell. Type of a man you have to tell. And the next one is F. They have asked only the period. So what we have to answer? First we will concentrate on first one. 2 million years ago, the type of a man named Australopithecines were there. Which place was their origin? Australopithecines ಅವರ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಯಾವುದಿತ್ತು? ಎ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಎಸ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. I got a quick answer from Priyanka. East African grassland. Good. So Central, East, North, Central, East African island ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಇದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಬಿ. ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಜಾವಾ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಜಾವಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ದೇ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್. ಸೊ what is the answer of B and C? Yes, YouTube students. I got a quick response from Priyanka. 1.5 million years ago. Okay, let us see later. Then I appreciate your efforts. 1,40,000 years ago ಇದೆ. Place of origin is D. ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ place of origin. Type of man is E. Yes. Anyone? Priyanka, Sita, Vinushri, YouTube students. Homo erectus. Okay. Let us check. Then F is place of origin is Africa. Type of man is Homo sapiens. Fine. See here. A is Eastern, North, Central, Southern Africa. So Correctly answered by Priyanka. She said Eastern African island. B, 250,000 years ago. C, Homo erectus. ಇದು ಸಿ ಹೋಮೋ ಎರೆಕ್ಟಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ 250,000 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಯುರೋಪ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏಷ್ಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಯಾಂಡಾರ್ಥಲ್. ಇ ಈಸ್ ನಿಯಾಂಡಾರ್ಥಲ್, ಹೋಮೋ ಎರೆಕ್ಟಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಿ ಈಸ್ ಹೋಮೋ ಎರೆಕ್ಟಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಫ್ ಈಸ್ 300,000 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಹೋಮೋಸೆಪಿಯನ್ಸ್. 300,000 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಟು ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಹೋಮೋಸೆಪಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಇದೊಂದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಮುಗಿಯತ್ತೆ, ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಡಿ ಇ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ 4 and 5 marks ಕ್ವಶನ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ವೈಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ಚೂಸ್ ವೈಸ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಚೂಸ್ ವೈಸ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿ ಇರೋ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಾ? Choose wisely and write the answers if you know the answers perfectly. Next, 33rd question. Mention the 3 critical areas of biotechnology. I think this also we discussed in the revision class. Mention 3 critical areas of biotechnology. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ತನ್ನ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನ ಸಾರಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಮನಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್. ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ 3 critical areas of biotechnology. Try it. Agriculture, tissue culture, good. Priyanka answered it. Let us check. See, the first one is providing best catalyst in the form of improved organism, usually a microbe or a pure enzyme. Second one is multiple ovulation transfer technology. Third one is create optimal conditions through engineering for a catalyst to act. So these are the 3 critical areas. Very important question. Do note down the answer. Providing the best catalyst in the form of the improved organism, usually a microbe or an enzyme. Multiple ovulation transfer technology. Create optimal conditions through engineering for a catalyst to act. Critical areas of biotechnology. 34th question. What is gene therapy? Explain the steps involved in curing ADA deficiency by gene therapy. Yes, gene therapy andre enu adak 1 mark iratte. Explain the steps involved in curing ADA deficiency anta ide. Okay, Priyanka answered it. The process of removal of defective gene by replacing normal healthy functional gene. Okay, good. That is also the right definition. Defective gene anna tegidu healthy gene anna insert ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ gene therapy ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Then explain the steps involved in curing ADA deficiency by gene therapy. ADA deficiency ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, which is a deficiency which actually is a problematic, which causes a problematic in our immune system. So ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. So here you can see ADA ಅಂದ್ರೆ lymphocytes from the blood of a patient are grown in a culture. ADA deficiency ಅಲ್ಲಿ gene therapy steps ಗಳಿವು, ಹೌದಾ? The first steps ಏನಿದೆ, lymphocytes from the blood of a patient are grown in a culture outside the body. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬರೀಬಾರ್ದು. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ 5 marks ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ವಿಟ್ರೋ ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಇನ್ ವಿಟ್ರೋ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿ ಲಿಂಫೋಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೇಷಂಟ್, ಲಿಂಫೋಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಇಂದ, They are grown in the culture outside the body. Outside the body means in the laboratory. So we can say in vitro culture. B, a functional ADA. What we can say, a functional ADA or a CD, complementary DNA, retroviral vector anna use ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು it is then introduced into a lymphocytes. Can anyone tell me the full form of ADA? What do you mean by ADA? So a functional ADA ಅನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? We are then introduced into the lymphocytes which are outside the body of a patient, which are subsequently after that, after inserting a functional ADA, then we are going to insert these lymphocytes into a patient. Howda? So the next one, first one is in vitro culture, first step. The second step we can say is introduction of ADA lymphocytes. What do you mean by ADA? Anyone? Be fast. ADA ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? YouTube students. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? ಆಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ADA lymphocytes which we cultured outside the body of a patient, we are inserted into the patient's body. So these cells are not immortal. These cells will die. So that is during that time the patient requires periodic infusion. Periodic ಆಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ADA lymphocytes ಅನ್ನ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Right? So no one told me what do you mean by ADA. Very good. Adenosine deaminase deficiency. Adenosine deaminase deficiency, which actually cause problem to our immune system. Immune system ಗೆ ಇದು problem ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 35th question. Okay. Co-extinction lead to loss of biodiversity. Justify the statement with two examples. What are hotspots of biodiversity? First question ಗೆ 2 marks ಇರುತ್ತೆ, second question ಗೆ 1 mark ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Co-extinction lead to loss of biodiversity. Suppose if what we can say, one species become extinct, it will cause other species, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋ ತರದ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು co-extinction ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. The best example is, let us take a type of a fish became extinct. Okay, the organisms like parasites or the other small organism which used to live on the body of the fishes ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ organisms ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, and also the predators of that fish, the organism which eat that fish as a food. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಶೀಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ there might be a chance that they will also become extinct, which is called as co-extinction ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. So you have to justify. Fish example ಇಂದ justify ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. As well as, let us take one plant, one bird became extinct. A bird or an insect became extinct anta. That particular bird or an insect has a what we can say, ability to pollinate a particular type of a plant. ಆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕು, ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಬರ್ಡ್ ಇಂದ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ದಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಪಾಲಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. then there might be a chance that that plant will also become extinct. So like this, you have to justify the statement. Co-extinction lead to loss of biodiversity. First, you have to define what do you mean by co-extinction. Then you have to explain the examples. Brief agi explain ಮಾಡಬೇಕು examples ಅನ್ನ. Then what are hotspots of biodiversity? Fine. Vinushri, can you read the answer, please? Vinushri? No response as always. Sita, can you read this?
Yes, ma'am. When a species becomes extinct, the plants and animals which were obliquely depend on it also become extinct due to a course of time. This phenomenon is called coexistence. Biodiversity hotspots are regions that contain a high level of species diversity. May endemic species species not found anywhere else in the world, and a significant number of threatened or endangered species.
So this is about the biodiversity and co-extinction. Here I did not mention example, I explained the example. So those two examples you can write it. 36th question. Describe the components of aquatic ecosystem taking pond as an example. Taking pond as an example. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ aquatic ecosystem ಅಲ್ಲಿ pond ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. 3 marks question. Okay. So minimum you have to write 6 to 8 points. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು? You can write this in a two ways. The first one is pond means what? It is a fresh water body. Pond is a freshwater ecosystem. Freshwater aquatic ecosystem. Right? Then, so ecosystem ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ? It will be having biotic factors. It will be having abiotic factor. So how you can write is the first representation I can show. You can draw the pond like this, and you can draw the fishes. You can draw the plants, algae. Okay, you can draw the zooplanktons, a small organism. You can draw the big fishes like this. Any other, you can draw a small insects. Like this you can draw, and you can write like this. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡು ನೀವು ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ pond ecosystem is a freshwater ecosystem anta ಮಾಡಿ. Here you can write a flow chart. The first one is biotic component. Biotic component ಏನೇನಿದೆ? Abiotic component ಏನೇನಿದೆ? Biotic component ಅಲ್ಲಿ again we have producers and consumers. Consumers again we have primary, secondary, tertiary. Let me show you just a minute. First the answer anna ಹೇಳುವ. See, a pond ecosystem is a community of organisms that live in a pond. Pond ecosystem andre ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. It is a community, it is a group of organisms which live in a pond. It is a freshwater ecosystem. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ biotic factors ಏನೇನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? The biotic factors are classified as producers, consumers, decomposers. Producers ಅಲ್ಲಿ algae and hydrophytic plants. Algae and the hydrophytic. Hydrophytic means half of the plant will be in water, half of the plant will be outside the water. And consumers will be again primary, secondary ಮತ್ತೆ tertiary ಅಂತ. Primary ಅಲ್ಲಿ protozoa and crustacea will come. Secondary ಅಲ್ಲಿ larva, snakes, frogs will come as secondary. Then tertiary ಅಲ್ಲಿ fishes, shark will come as tertiary. So ಈ ರೀತಿ you can write in the form of a points. Otherwise just 3 points, first 3 points ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು points ಆಗಿ ಬರೋದು. Later you can do as flow chart. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಉಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಬಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೋದು. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಬಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ವೈಟ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್. Biotic, abiotic. Biotically, we have producers. Again, we have consumers. In producers, we have, which are the examples? Algae and hydrophytic plants. In consumers, again, you have the section primary, secondary, tertiary, right? So primary, you will be having crustaceans or protozoans. Secondary, you will be having amphibians, larvae, etc. Tertiary, you will be having fishes, right? Again, you can write decomposers antanu baribodu. Consumers ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ decomposers, bacteria ಮತ್ತೆ fungi ಬರ್ತವೆ. Producers, consumers ಮತ್ತೆ decomposers. Abiotically, water, stones, a kind of mud. Okay, these all are the abiotic components. Like this, you can draw the flow chart and you can answer this question. Basically, flow chart in the answer ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಲೀರಿ, because it saves a lot of time for you to answer 4 and 5 marks question. All right. So next, I think see abiotic factor ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ humus, oxygen in water, light, heat, minerals. Humus, oxygen in water, light, heat, and minerals. Okay. With the help of flow chart, you can write it. Very, very important question. Part D will be comprising section 1 and section 2. 4 and 5 marks question, I guess. Okay. Which we will be discussing in the upcoming session. That is, the upcoming session will be of tomorrow 9 a.m. ನಾಳೆ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ 4 and 5 marks model question paper questions ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. So please do attend the session without fail. If you missed the 2 sessions, that is this session and the previous session which we discussed multiple choice ಮತ್ತೆ FIB ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಆ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೂ ವಾಚ್ ಅವರ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್. Okay, YouTube channel upload ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Please do watch it and comment your feedback on it. Right? So this is about 2 and 3 marks question of the model question paper biology. The code number is 36 of PU2. Okay, let us continue to discuss 4 and 5 marks question in the upcoming session. Meet you all soon. Until that, take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.